Hey there, welcome to this new game dev series. I'm Noah and I'm a recent architecture graduate and I wanted to try my hand at video game development. I love to design and I just think that video games are an amazing medium to express artistic ideas and tell interesting stories. They allow for the creation of stories in places that couldn't exist in the real world, and I want to apply my architecture training to push these possibilities. I've played a lot of video games in the past. I especially enjoy RPGs, strategy games, and sandbox games. One of my favorite series is Final Fantasy. I've only played a few of them, but I think these games are an amazing experience in terms of both visuals and storytelling. I have a particular interest in their architectural design, which I think are some of the most imaginative and well thought out environments in all of gaming. I look at video games as an amazing art form. You can create worlds, tell stories, whilst allowing the audience to directly impact its outcome. I have never created video games before or possessed a computer science degree. However, I have taken one coding class back in university. My goal for this series is to learn about game development through creating several smaller games, and to eventually create a major 2D pixel art game. I'm really looking forward to this final project because it'll allow me to express my architectural ideas through a medium that everyone can enjoy. I already have a lot of ideas for that project, and I will discuss them in a future video. So this is my first game. I wanted to keep the scripting simple since I've never scripted a game before. It's a physics-based game where the player tries to control the rolling ball to reach the end of the level. The main inspiration for this game is Super Mario 64. Back when I was a kid, I loved navigating through the game's amazing platform levels. I wanted to create a platformer where the levels are just as unique and require some creativity and quick reflexes from the player to succeed. I want the game to feel fast-paced, so the ball is always moving forward and the player controls turning and jumping. So far, I've added a series of collectibles. The coins increase your score, boosts are required to get past certain segments of the map, and you can also pick up some power-ups which allows you to jump higher. I've been working on this game for about 2 weeks. It's built using Unity, which I've already found has amazing features that would be super useful for architectural presentations. I like how it has a really comprehensive and easy to use physics system, which makes the creation of this first game much easier. The coding is pretty simple in this game. I don't think I'd be able to complete the game if the coding was too advanced. I've completed most of the movement scripts and game management systems by following some online tutorials. I also added a simple menu screen, so here you can see there's an option between the campaign and an endless mode, which hasn't been added yet. But I thought it'd be cool to have a piece of the game floating in the background, which helps to animate the menu a bit more. So the 3D modeling of the levels is done in Rhinoceros, which is a popular modeling program we use in the architecture profession. The program allows exports to the FBX format, which can be directly imported into Unity. Similar to what we do in architectural design, I am starting with a concept and a sketch for each level. 1 or 2 sketches provide enough inspiration for me to finish the level. The first level is pretty easy and gets much harder by level 2. Level 2 introduces jumping and introduces areas where the players needs to use some creativity and good timing to progress. So this is the third level. I wanted this level to introduce rotating platforms, and I sketched out a few ideas of how this could be implemented. The spinning platforms get progressively harder and ends with a rotating mushroom cap that the player must navigate through. For this game, I'm learning that most of the time is spent playtesting the game and making sure the levels actually work. If they don't work, then going back and tweaking the model or the code. After a lot of testing and a lot of dying, I got to a place where I'm happy with the difficulty. So far, this game is pretty hard. I'm considering adding checkpoints because I haven't been able to beat the third level from start to finish. The theme for the fourth level is disorientation. So I made a couple of sketches of what came to mind and I started modeling them in Rhino. I wanted this level to feel super fragmented and challenge the player's grasp of space and physics. After a while of toying around with the level design, I got to a point where the level somewhat works. There's still a couple issues I'm trying to solve, mostly to do with the player's movement. I'm still having some issues with collisions onto curved surfaces. Sometimes the ball just falls through if it's moving too quickly. Another issue is when the ball starts randomly bouncing when traveling on moving platforms. Hopefully I can find a solution to these, since I think these issues will really impact the game's experience. So that's my progress so far, and I'm planning to make 3 additional levels for this game. For the final level, I have the idea of introducing a boss enemy that fires projectiles at the player and tries to knock you off the platform. I'm also playing around with the idea of making an infinite procedurally generated level for the end. I have no idea how to do that at the moment, and I think it would be a great learning experience. For the next video, I'm hoping to finish up a few more levels and then try to improve the visuals of the game. I don't want to do anything too drastic, since this was originally meant to be a short and simple game that was supposed to be done in a couple days. But since starting, I've been getting a lot more into it, and now the game has a lot more stuff than originally planned. I don't want to spend too much time on this game, but I do want to finish it and release it to understand how that process works. But I want to go through the experience of finishing and releasing a game. I think it will improve my comfort and confidence for releasing future games. So that's it for now. I will be making one more video on the progress of this game before jumping into the next project. I will also be releasing pixel art and architecture content in the future. If you are interested in seeing more, please subscribe to the channel. If you are curious about my past architectural work, my portfolio website link is below. Thanks for watching and see you next week. Bye.